This is going to be the developer insight. I have slightly looked through it, going through somewhat quickly, just because I wanted a general idea. However, light side, support, and we have a leader tag. The main thing here out of the tags, we have a Mandalorian tag, and there are going to be other characters that will be getting this Mandalorian tag added to the game when the armor comes to the holotable. So, first things first. Apparently, it's hammer time. The armor makes its way to the forge, the holotables, and forging Beskar armor. In addition to her wealth of traditional Mandalorian knowledge, the armor will become a quick and steadfast ally of certain Outer Rim bounty hunters, aka Mandalorian. With their tools in hands, the armor is just ready to distribute the new Beskar armor buff, increasing her allies' survivability, not damage, by granting defense, health, protection, recovery, not protection, critical hit immunity, and 100% counter chance. 100% counter chance. So that means a lot, actually. In addition to the armor's ability, she introduces the brand new Mandalorian faction tag. We have the Mandalorian faction tag added to the game. And considering she is a leader, we will have to see on the actual kit reveal. I have not looked at that yet. So we'll see if the leadership requires Mandalorian or helps that out a lot more. The Mandalorian, Okay, this tag will also be added to the following characters: the Mandalorian, Beskar Mando, Jango Fett, Sabine Wren, Gar Saxon, Imperial Super Commando, and Canderous Ordo. We'll have to see how it works for some of the dark side characters. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how it works for the dark side characters. We'll put it at that for right now. Make the armor part of your tribe by unlocking her in the all-new marquee event, Way of the Mandalore. So, this is going to be a marquee character, which means we should be unlocking her at 3 stars. The basics, support character that provides buffs. Now, this is going to be a really interesting one, a reliable way. I'm really curious what they mean by reliable, but a reliable way to apply armor shred and cause frequent assists. The assists matter a lot to me for the original Mandalorian, because I know the Mandalorian, when he gets his basics, I want to say it's the crit damage up, but that helps him out a lot for getting the disintegration. She's the first character with the Mandalorian tag, mirroring the armorer's role on the show, repairs and rebuilds the armor of her allies to be even stronger. So she's going to be restoring protection to the characters. So that is actually a huge key point too. Any characters that restore protection are also going to be super helpful in Grand Arena. Protection recovery can allow you to get extra banners. If you can keep the health up, the more you can restore the protection. You can also possibly get 60 banners or more if you're undersizing to get that extra banners at the end of the fight, just for those close GAC matchups. When the armor reforges their allies' armor, it's the Beskar armor buff sticks around even if she is defeated. So that's going to be just like Watt's text. As long as the person doesn't die, the buff's going to stay. So that is very helpful. If she dies, you don't have to gear her up. She may actually be viable at 3 stars because of this. She may not have to survive. As long as you can get a couple of those buffs out, it may be helpful. We'll have to test that out once we eventually get her, or just see who gets her and see what happens. The armor keeps the squad fighting by restoring 40% protection to an ally the first time they drop below 60% health. So that is going to be a huge one. The protection, recovery, anything that's going to make the well, I have not gotten to test out the Beskar Mando. However, I know the original Mandalorian, there was the issue of he's super squishy. So if you can get him tanking longer or surviving longer, then you have that option to get more disintegrations off and hit them. So that'll actually be really, really helpful. I'm curious to see if she'll pop up in any bounty hunter squads, but we'll have to wait and see. Unique attributes. The armor uses Beskar ingots to apply different levels of the Beskar armor buff to allies. Can apply 1, 2, 3 permanent effects depending on how many stacks of Beskar armor are used. Okay, so we'll have to see when the actual kit reveal. The armor has the first Mandalorian leader ability. Yep. That works specifically with other Mandalorians. So she's probably going to have an entire Mandalorian tag. We'll see if anybody else gets added. Her special 2, this is the way it calls all Mandalorian allies and allies with Beskar armor to assist. Okay. Inspiration. The show remodeled her attack animations from her stand against the Imperial Remnant Stormtroopers. Okay. That's actually pretty awesome. Besides the armor basic, all the ability names and event titles come for her words of wisdom. We loved the scene where she was hammering out Mando's armor on the forge and wanted to implement something involving reinforcing or rebuilding an ally's armor. That makes complete sense. That was pretty much the entire point of her in the show, was making the armor. So I love that. The armor is dedicated to helping her allies. Also makes sense. Her unique with protection recovery and the Beskar armor buff can't be applied to herself. Okay, so she will not be able to add it. So we'll have to see how survivable she actually is herself without that buff. While the buffs from 1 to 2 stacks are good, you want to wait and see at 3 stacks. Okay. Engage if you need defense, health, protection to stay alive. But, okay. Start a battle, use special 2 to apply armor shred and call herself to assist. Since she's a Mandalorian. Okay. Gain a 3rd stack of Beskar ingots. She can apply 3 stacks on her next turn. Okay. You can use armor shred to take down hardened foes quickly, but minimum armor shred to an enemy you don't want to focus on immediately, so the armor can repeatedly gather Beskar ingots when it's your turn. Alright, we'll have to see how the kit reveal is to actually understand that. Okay, we're gonna skip this part. We'll come back to that whenever we actually hit the... after the kit reveal. Mando tag, we already went through that. Okay. So this is going to be the initial portrait we have. She looks freaking awesome. I'm super excited for this. Okay, let's go on to the kit reveal. Okay, unit name, the armored, light side support leader Mandalorian. Alright, basic is tempered strike. Oh my gosh. The tongs and hammer. Alright, deal physical damage to target enemy twice. If they have armor shred, she gains a stack of Beskar ingot, max of 3 stacks. Okay, so assists are going to be really important for this, because that does not specify outside of turn. So anybody that can call her to assist, if they have armor shred, that's another stack. Special, so that's 1 Zeta. Cooldown of 3. The armor loses all stacks of Beskar ingot and grants target other ally a tier of Beskar armor equal to the number of stacks, which is a max of 3, removed until the end of the encounter, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. This ability can't be used if you have no stacks. Also makes sense. So, we have the 1 stack, 50% defense, plus 15% health up. Okay. And these are permanent. So, 2 stacks, recover 30% protection at the end of turn. Okay, so that's actually really helpful. That's 30% protection at the end of each turn. Oh, I believe that's at the end of each turn. Is that at the end of each turn or at the end of a turn? We'll have to see, because I would imagine if it's permanent, then that's going to be at the end of each turn. 3 stacks, 100% counter chance, and can't be critically hit. So if that is literally a non-dispellable crit immunity with 100% counter chance. So any assists are going to be really, really helpful for this, because you are going to want to get that 3 stacks as quickly as you can. All right, so final text: inflicts armor shred on target enemy until the end of battle. Call all Mandalorian allies to and allies with Beskar armor to assist, dealing 10% less damage. So she is also going to be one of the characters. So that gives you... Alright, let's go to the next one. Leadership. At the start of battle, Mandalorian allies gain protection up 200%, which can't be dispelled or prevented, and critical hit immunity for 2 turns. So that actually sort of reminds me of Bastila's leadership, except it doesn't seem to give other bonuses. There's no, like, tenacity up while protection up. So, but that does help. I mean, that's a lot of protection. So the more protection they have. Okay, so that'll be really helpful. Final text. The first time another ally falls below 60% health, the armor gains a stack of Beskar ingot, and that ally recovers 40% protection. The armor starts with 2 stacks. Unique 1. Okay, so this also does not say Zeta. So no Zeta on the leadership, no Zeta on the unique. So this is a 1 Zeta character. Yeah, so a 1 Zeta character. Come on. The armor gains a stack of Beskar. So every time somebody falls below 60% health, and that is another ally, not another Mandalorian ally. So that's also really important there. The armor gains a stack of Beskar ingot, and that ally recovers 40% protection. And so this starts off with 2. So that means if you can... Okay, so one key point then is this special right here is going to inflict armor shred and then assist. So that means that this right here, if you use this special, is going to immediately her next turn give you a character with all 3 stacks of the Beskar armor. So whoever you put that on is going to be very tanky and have a 100% counter chance. That is going to be crazy. We'll have to see how much. She's going to be a really big plug-and-play character, because the only thing that looks like has specific to Mandalorian is the assist and then the leadership. And one of the key points is she's going to be the one assisting. So you may not need nearly as many Mandalorian characters, but she is going to be a huge plug-and-play character in this game. It is probably going to be close to the same thing as Watt. However, the key point here is she does not make them do more damage. Other than the counter chance, this is a I'm going to make everybody tanky and everybody is going to survive as long as possible. So this is going to be a very, very defensive character for this game. Now, the other point that I would like to make is when it looks at who has the Mandalorian tag, we have the Mandalorian, the original, and that character's issue was it was not nearly as tanky as it could have been. Therefore, having him tankier means that he's going to be able to get more disintegrations off. I have not gotten to play around with Beskar Armor Mando a whole lot, so I can honestly will not give a whole lot of input on that one. However, Jango Fett, 100% counter chance on him, and he is a very, very squishy character, therefore making him tankier, and on top of it with his counterattacks. If they have debuffs on them, which should include armor shred, or yeah, I believe it should include armor shred, he has additional attack on his basic, therefore his counterattacks are going to be hitting twice. Same thing with Sabine Wren. She has multiple attacks that are going to be on her basic, and that's also going to come into play when you're doing the mass assist. Now, Gar Saxon, Imperial Super Commando, and Canderous, I am not sure how they're going to play out, but we'll have to wait and see. But these ones right here are going to be a huge effect on that, and just making some of the characters so much tankier is going to be really, really interesting. But I guess we're going to wait and see how good she actually is with all of the Mandalorians. She is definitely going to be good with as a plug-and-play character, and this is going to make so many teams just so much better. And hopefully we can also see possibly some more Galactic Legend counters. We can possibly see just some... I want, personally, her to go in with a lot of the bounty hunters. I would absolutely love to get a bounty hunter team that was a lot tankier, possibly get a little bit more banners back, and just help out. So tell me what you guys think in the comments. Who do you think the who do you think the armor is going to be used with mostly? I have a few different ideas, and I'm excited to talk about it in the next Twitch stream. And stream every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday, and then I do all of the grand arenas. However, those are gonna be shorter streams, so hop into one of my next streams. We can talk about this, and I'm super stoked. The armor is an amazing character in the Mandalorian universe, and I'm just so excited to see more characters get added to this game, especially plug and play ones where you can use just about anywhere. And all right, until next time, the zoo is closing down for the night, so I will see you guys later.